Hi everyone. Today I'm going to cover what exactly quality is and who sets the quality and what are the roles of the different people who are going to cover this quality, who are going to achieve this quality. So let's talk about quality. Quality, the word, the term means that how much percentage, the degree of percentage of need is been fulfilled by the software. The number of percentage, number of degree of satisfaction which customers get by using the software is called as quality, right? And for achieving this quality, there are different set of people who works behind so that we can deliver a good quality software. We can deliver a good quality software to the customer, and for that there is an entire body in the IT industry. They are called as QMS, quality management system. In this quality management system there are two set of people, QA and QC. Okay, QA stands for quality assurance and QC stands for quality control, and these are the two set of people who sets the standards, who achieves the entire quality of the software along with the process testing. So in my today's topic I'm going to cover what exactly QA is, that is quality assurance, and quality control, that is QC, and testing. So let's talk about more deep into it. Definition of quality assurance. So what exactly they do? They are process oriented. In the previous slide itself I gave a glimpse about what exactly the quality assurance is. He or she is the person who is going to ensure that each and every member of the software development process follows the process and achieve what exactly they have been told to. So that's why they are called as process oriented. Now, from the initial stage of the software development, for example, preparation of SRS document, or preparation of the design document, or preparation of the coding, or preparation of the any kind of testing documents. While doing this entire process, are they following the protocol? Are they following the rules and regulations which has been given by the QMS to the entire software development team? Everything is been properly followed or not? As we see in the previous slide, what is their life cycle? They plan, they execute, they identify the defect, and they, from the feedback, they again do the planning, right? So basically they plan everything, they set up entire set of rules and regulations so that the people who are going to work are going to follow that rules and regulations and achieve a good quality for that particular entire phases, each and every phases. So they are called process oriented, focuses on preventing the defect before they occur. Establish the standards. Their responsibility is to make sure that a set of rules and protocols has been set properly for each and every members so that they can follow and they can achieve the quality. And they are proactive approach. And what is called proactive? Uh, Proactive means handling or controlling a situation before anything occurs. Proactive approach. Proactive means, the word proactive means controlling a situation before any kind of situation or any kind of bad activity happen, and reacting to it. That is called as the proactive approach. Okay, so before defects have been identified, defects been found, what we do, we try to follow some kind of rules and regulations so that the defect should not occur. That's called the proactive approach. So these are the few points related to QA. Let's talk about QC, quality control. So what exactly they are going to follow? They are called product oriented. Now, once the product has been developed, what's their responsibility? To check that whether the product is properly working or not. So that's the difference between QA and QC. QA checks the process of the development. The product is not developed yet, it is under the process of development. That's called QA. That's the responsibility of QA, to make sure that everyone is following their protocol or not, rules and regulations or not. But once the product has been developed, it has been built, then it is the responsibility of the QC to make sure that whether the product has been properly been working or not. The correctness and the completeness of the software has been checked here by the QC. So that's why they are called as process oriented, focuses on identifying the defect. Inspection based, here they inspect, they execute, and they check that whether any kind of defects are being found or any kind of a fault is been present in the product or not. Reactive process, it's a complete opposite of the QA. QA is proactive, QC is reactive. Reactive in the sense the defect occurs, then based on the defect they do the action, they take the action to resolve the defects. That's why they are called the reactive approach. Let's talk about what exactly testing is. So let's talk about the testing. In testing, basically we are going to create the test cases. First, we have to identify what to test and what not to test. Based on the given information, we are going to create the test cases. The test cases can be created in two different approach, that we can use a simple basic English language approach in Excel file for or any kind of test management tool to develop test cases, and we can execute the test cases through the manual process, which is also called as manual testing. Whereas we can create the test cases using with the help of the programming language, like for example Java or Python or Ruby or any different kind of languages, with the help of any automated tool, and we are going to execute that test cases with the help of the tool, so that we can check that whether is there any defect or not, which is entirely called as the automation testing. So based on how we are going to create the test cases, based on that execution happens, and whether it is a manual or whether it is an automation, our main agenda is to identify the defect through the execution, and we're going to verify that whether all the defects which have been found is been fixed and is been completely removed from the software. So that's the entire process or the entire agenda of the testing. Activities in QA, what exactly they are going to follow, that is there are process management, improvement model, and organization goal. In process management, conducting the process audits, standard methodology, they are going to define the standard process, standard methodology which has to be followed by the entire team members to achieve the good quality, and providing the quality training. If the people are not being trained, provide the training as well, is a part of the quality assurance activity. Improvement model, they have created some models that standards have been followed. For example, we have ISO 9001 standards, which has been followed by every Indian market to achieve a good quality software. So that if you follow the entire standard, we get a mark on our product from the ISO 9001. Apart from that, we have CMMI model, which also defines the quality standards and gives the mark for the entire product to that, so that we can say that this product is a very good quality product. Or apart from that, we have adopting an agile quality model. So there are some set of models which has been set. Again, this is a part of the QA activity. Then we have organization goals, that is what is the responsibility each and every industry, IT industry, whenever they are developing a software, make sure that quality, desired quality. Okay, define the quality metrics, that how much quality we need to achieve. Then after that, try to follow all these models, all the standards, and set a team so that we can follow entire the standards and all, then achieve the quality. So this is the entire activity which has been followed by the QA. When I say QA is not just one person. It may be a team, or it may be a collection of couple of people who is going to work behind to set the rules and regulations for to follow and to achieve the quality. QC, what is the activity which is followed by the QC? Actually, there is a similarity between QC and testing. So basically, testing is a small part of QC. We can say QC is the big umbrella here, which and testing comes under the QC section. So broadly, we can say QC is the most important part, where there are different set of people who are going to follow the entire process, entire rules and regulations, and to achieve once the product has been developed. After the product development, there are some set of people who are going to follow some rules and regulations to achieve the quality. So like for example, testers, the developers, the client, the law enforcement people. So all these people comes under the QC branch. So what is their responsibility? Their responsibility is to evaluate the code by doing kind of review or walkthrough or any kind of tools. Review tools can be used for managing that entire code has been properly working or not. If any defect has been found, try to manage the defect. That is, ask the developers, ask the senior representative to fix the defect from the uh, test object. The test object can be anything, either whether it is a document or whether it is a build. Then product verification, any kind, whether any product it may be, it can be an SRS document, it can be BRS document, it can be a build. So we have to verify that whether all the product which has been created is properly achieved with the good quality software or not, and what are the quality metrics which we have followed, collecting and analyzing the quality data to improve the future releases. Now, what all measurements, what all challenges we have faced during this entire process, we can make a entire metrics based on that, so that in the future we can say that yes, these are the challenges we faced, so that we can go through with this process, and these are the different solutions which have they taken, backup solutions which they have taken to achieve the quality. Okay. Activities of testing, again here, first, like I said, we are going to analyze the requirement which has been derived from the customer. Based on the analysis of the requirement, we create the test cases, and we follow the strategy, what approach we need to follow, whether it is a manual or whether it's an automation. So we plan everything. Okay, once the planning has been done, then we start doing the execution, that is the test execution, wherein we have different types of testing, different levels of testing, and different methods of testing has been followed. Methods like black box method and white box method, different levels of testing like unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing, which we saw a glimpse about this in the first topic, that is 1.1. Then different types of testing, that is the functional testing and non-functional testing, has been followed. So all this type of, along with that, we have change related testing, that is regression testing, retesting. So all these types, this levels, this method has been completely mixed up and followed in the execution part. We can do this either in manual or whether in automation as well. That is in the third process, it is automation, which we say that we cover entire process with the automation. Then we report the defect, which is the defects which have been found, to the developer, so the developers can fix the defect, and we can measure how many coverage of software, the area which have covered from the entire testing process, through the entire testing process. So this is the entire activity which is followed by the testing. Real life examples of QA, that is ISO 9001 implementation. This is a company wide quality policy established to follow a good quality, so that product can be marked that yes, this is a good quality product. CI/CD pipeline enforcement, automated quality gate ensures only complaint code reaches the productions. That means the production. That means we can deliver the software. We are delivering a software to the customer which are completely with the entirely code which is properly working. That's what the quality we can achieve through with the help of the CI/CD pipeline enforcement. Then annual process audit. This is also another real life example, which happens in every company. Annual process auditing happens, and we collect the productivity of each and every employee. Then we calculate how much productivity has happened, how much loss, and how much loss profit has been happened. So this is like one kind of another example, that is annual process auditing which happens. Then measures the result, that is how much uh, like defects, or how much problems we have challenged, we have faced during the entire process. So 40% reduction in the post release defect after a QA implementation. So this kind of 40% or 50 or 30% of reduction happens during the entire process. These are the few of the real life examples of QA process. Some real life examples of QC and testing, like doing a weekly meeting with your entire team, and to notice that is there any flaws which has been happening in the entire process or not, actually makes a good achievement of achieving 30% of defects we can found, we have identified through this entire weekly meeting or weekly process and all. Then a team performed structured walkthrough before the each release, catching the critical situations earlier. So these are the different QA success stories. Let's talk about the testing achievements. E-commerce companies automated regression suite catches 90% of the potential post-release bugs. So with the help of this kind of testing, that is regression testing process, which are already been set in the automation, and if you run this test again and again, 90% of the defects has been catched. Every time we run, we get 90% defects. So that's a huge amount number of defects which are identified, right? That's a huge help actually. Then for the Mars mission, the entire the Mars mission software which has been developed by the NASA. For that also, they were doing rigorous kind of testing. They've been applied on that particular software, so that they have almost 99.9% of the software has been reliable, it's been working properly because of this regression testing which we did. So testing, QA and QC, all this actually works hand in hand together. We actually, they all these three people, all these three activity, no, I will not say people, this all this the QA, QC and testing, all these three activity should be worked hand in hand so that we can deliver a good quality software to the customer. So that means whenever we are doing the testing of software, QA is must, QC is must, and testing is also necessary. With working with this, all these three hand in hand makes a good quality software. So quality assurance sets the quality process and standard, focuses more on prevention through process improvement. QC on the other hand checks that the process are followed correctly, identifies the defect through inspections and review. On thirdly, we have testing, verifies the product against the requirement and find the defects, and we try to fix, ask the developers to fix the defect and verify it, that whether the defect has been completely fixed or not. So all three works together to create an end-to-end good quality software. So that's what we need, right? So that's the similarity, or we can say the need of quality assurance, quality control, and testing in this software development process. Thank you.
To know more about Itvedant, visit our website